As of this recording, we are only a few people away from hitting 500 subscribers. So you better enter the giveaway. It's going to be either one of these two as soon as possible. Believe me, you don't want to miss this. Without further ado, let's get straight to this vid.
It's 2018. You're on Facebook. You open the menu, scroll down, and spot this little protect button. Sounds like a good idea. You tap it. Millions of others do too. You're prompted to install something called Onavo Protect, a free VPN that protects your privacy. Allegedly. If only you knew.
What
I'm
happened?
proud that we've given people who've never had a voice before the opportunity to be heard.
Not the robot.
Facebook accused of spying
a VPN app called Onavo.
His VPN spied on almost everything users did and sent detailed data to Facebook.
Whoa.
Potentially a giant wiretap.
It
Whoa.
gets into the root access of your phone.
any websites you went to, any apps you used, things along those lines. Everything you did on your phone was open to Facebook.
And so
That's
far, there have
crazy.
been almost no legal consequences.
We're heading into a no privacy future.
Man, we already been in a no privacy future because you can already tell when you say something out loud and your phone knows it, and then they show you the ad. Like if I say, "Oh, I want an ice cream machine maker," next thing I know, I could be scrolling and the ice cream machine maker will be on sale for me. Like that's crazy, but it gets even deeper than that. You know, they actually like track your eyes and everything, especially for TikTok. That's why you could think about something and then you'll see it on an ad. Like it gets real deep. Technology is honestly a good thing, but it definitely has its like downsides, especially for the people that actually know how to use technology and know how to psychoanalyze you through technology. Like technology is really a dangerous thing, but like I said, there is some good to it. But me personally, I never had Facebook, thankfully. I think I might download Facebook. That way, I don't know if my videos are Facebooky really. Like some of them maybe like clips, but yeah, I've never been a fan of Facebook. Like I just feel like that's for like the older people.
There, aren't
I
we?
mean,
But this story is even bigger than Onavo. It's a story about betrayal of trust, surveillance of minors, and corporate
Whoa.
espionage.
Wait,
all in the
Instagram
race
too?
for market dominance. This is the Facebook scandal you've probably never heard of.
And he probably didn't get charged because he was working with
Though
the government.
VPN providers sometimes sponsor our videos, they aren't involved in the production of this video in any way. They didn't finance this story or suggest this coverage.
Project Ghostbusters.
Double rainbow. Oh my God.
When it comes to the internet, a lot of people remember the last decade as a simpler time. Those were the years of the Harlem Shake, the Ice Bucket Challenge, that one celebrity selfie. Compared to today, it all seems so wholesome. Back in the 2010s, many people still believed something that seems impossible today, that Facebook of all companies could be trusted. So when the
Socks?
users saw a
I mean,
friendly
sandals with
seeming
no
protect
socks?
button, by 2018, millions of them had tapped it.
Mechaberg?
For many years, Mark Zuckerberg has been open about his goal of making Facebook the ultimate platform for connection. By 2013, that's going well. Facebook is bigger than ever and the most popular social network.
Fact.
In 2012, they cracked 1 billion users.
Dang.
They pulled off the largest tech IPO in U.S. history, raising $16 billion in a single day.
Dang.
But users in the U.S. are losing interest, especially younger ones. They're usually the first to flock to newer apps. Zuckerberg is under increasing pressure. He really can't risk losing these users to other social media companies. So his strategy becomes, as it would later be described, copy, acquire, and kill. In 2012, he made Instagram an offer they couldn't refuse.
Americans share photos on Instagram. A company with only 13 employees bought today by Facebook for $1 billion.
Whoa!
The acquisition-
13 employees and it gets bought out for $1 billion. I ain't gonna lie. If I made Instagram and somebody offered me $1 billion, I don't know. Because on one hand, it's like, that's $1 billion. On the other hand, if you're offering me $1 billion right now, just imagine what I could grow it into in a couple of years. But then it's also that doubt of what if I can't grow it into something that big in a couple of years and it loses its value. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do, to be honest.
Ridiculed at the time. $1 billion for a cute photo app that doesn't turn a profit? Investment bankers were puzzled. It was a risky move right before Facebook's IPO. But the move will end up paying off, massively. Instagram will deliver billions of users and billions of dollars in yearly ad revenue. Just 6 years after the acquisition, Instagram's estimated worth will be 100 times what Facebook paid. For a while now, Zuckerberg has had another target in sight: Snapchat.
Snapchat was
The app was
huge.
launched in the fall of 2011 by Stanford friends Evan Spiegel and Robert Murphy. Spiegel is the CEO, Murphy the developer. Snapchat is yet another photo sharing app, but with one key difference. The images shared disappear after just a few seconds and can't be screenshotted without the sender knowing. Snapchat's appeal is in its impermanence. And unlike
You know
other...
what this just made me think of? What if Snapchat was already a thing, but it was something else, and it was like only used by like the elites? So like they would take a picture of something, and whatever heinous act that they love to do, they send it to like a group chat or people, and it just disappears, and it just like, but it's like completely disappeared from the internet. What if that was already a thing? They found out about that and was like, wait, why don't we just turn that into something that the public can use? You gotta think about it. I don't know. That just came to my head. I feel like that
And
probably
the
would
photos aren't
happen.
meant to be perfect. They can be awkward, funny, and messy. Teenagers love it, and Zuckerberg wants in. At the end of 2012, he invited Spiegel for a chat. At the time, Facebook was building a competing app called Poke. It launched in December 2012 and failed badly.
Honestly, I never heard of that.
People briefed on the matter told the Wall Street Journal Zuckerberg then offered to buy Snapchat for $1 billion. Now, in late 2013, he comes back with a new offer: $6 billion for the app.
Sheesh.
6 times what he offered Instagram. A huge sum for an app that's only been around for 2 years and isn't profitable, with no guarantees that it ever will be. Spiegel and Murphy mull it over, but eventually decline the offer.
Right, smart.
Spiegel will later say he didn't want to make the same mistake that Instagram did.
Our view is that Instagram had been wildly undervalued, and that acquisition ultimately had given up like a massive opportunity.
Fine then. Time for a new approach. In 2013, Facebook acquired an Israeli startup called Onavo.
Oh, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Like, if you guys know, you know. For those of you that don't know, you gotta look it up for yourself. I'm not saying on this YouTube video. I don't want to get banned. But if you know, you know. Just know. He got paid some money. Either money, some type of asset, some type of protection, or maybe all three in one. If you know, you know. And he just sold it. Oh, yeah, that's... To me, Mark Zuckerberg always looks like a robot. Like, he doesn't even look like a real person to me. Like, I don't know. It's just the vibe that he gets. Like, when you look at somebody, you can tell, okay, some people have souls, some people don't. He just looks soulless. Like, him and Jeff Bezos. It's something about them that just gives me like the, I don't know about you.
Reportedly spent around $100 million on it. Back then, mobile
Like, he
data
probably
was
didn't even drink that
expensive,
Gatorade for him.
especially in the US. Onavo was known for 2 products that saved consumers money by helping them stretch their data plans. Onavo Extend could compress emails, photos, and app data. Onavo Count allowed users to see how much mobile data different apps were consuming. Both required users to send their data to Onavo's servers. And a few months before getting bought, they had launched their latest product, a VPN called Onavo Protect. But Facebook was probably interested in the startup for more than just data compression or traffic rerouting. Originally, Facebook made money by tracking user behavior on their site. They did this with so-called cookies. Cookies are small files that websites store on your device to remember logins, preferences, and activities. This data can then be used to sell hyper-targeted ads. But smartphones changed the game. People started using apps instead of browsers. And apps often store data internally. They track behavior through app-specific systems, making traditional browser cookies less useful. Facebook was lagging behind in the shift to smartphones. It was struggling to monetize mobile usage. So it needed insights. At the time, it was hard to know how well apps were performing. You could see how many people downloaded them, but that didn't say much about how often or how exactly they were used. Onavo saw an opportunity to fill this knowledge gap. Thanks to the traffic that was routed through Extend and Count, the company was sitting on a treasure trove of engagement data.
Right, that's actually pretty interesting.
By acquiring the company, Facebook suddenly had a secret window into their competitors. and one app immediately stood out.
WhatsApp.
Onavo data showed that 99% of Android users in Spain had WhatsApp installed on their phones. In the US, far more mobile messages were being sent through WhatsApp than through Facebook. WhatsApp was powerful competition, yet it also promised incredible growth. This is likely one of the reasons Zuckerberg decided to pay $19 billion for it.
Bro, where's he getting all this money from? Never mind, I know where he's getting all this money from. But you just sent $1 billion to Instagram, you sent $6 billion to Snapchat, and you just did $19 billion to WhatsApp. Mind you, WhatsApp is a huge app. Like every older person or person that is, I don't want to say the wrong thing, they all have WhatsApp. They all have WhatsApp. If you're a different race, they all have WhatsApp. Trust.
Facebook is making a
Everybody has
move
WhatsApp.
into
It's not just
mobile
different
this
races.
morning.
Everybody has
Social
WhatsApp.
media
My bad.
behemoth is buying the messaging company WhatsApp.
WhatsApp was also both a
Like
competitor.
he doesn't even look real. Like I'm sorry, guy, but he just does not look real. Like look into his eyes, not for too long, and you just don't. I don't know. I don't see nothing behind it. Like he just does not look real to me.
Complementary.
It's a messaging app that is incredibly popular. They send billions of messages a day.
Zuckerberg made no apology for what he considers a very good deal.
Facebook also used Onavo to gain insights into Snapchat, their arch nemesis. And there was so much they wanted to know. Perhaps most importantly, which features people actually used. But there was a problem. All the traffic sent through Onavo's apps was increasingly hidden behind encryption. A year before the acquisition, Snowden revealed that the NSA was spying on the world. Concerns about
Snowden?
online surveillance entered the mainstream, and suddenly everyone wanted more protection. As the decade marched on, the internet moved toward increased security, including Facebook's main competitors. Enter the rise of HTTPS. When you visit bankofamerica.com, your browser doesn't just take the website's word for it. It verifies that you're actually connecting to the site you intended to visit. It does so by requesting the website's security certificate, its digital ID. This contains information such as domain ownership, the issuing authority, and its validity period. Once a certificate is issued, the site keeps it for a set period of time. To verify these certificates, your browser relies on digital judges, the so-called certificate authorities, or CAs. They issue digital IDs and verify that websites are really who they claim to be. Every time you visit, your browser checks whether it's still valid. See this little icon in your address bar? It means your browser has checked the website's certificate against its trusted list and confirmed that it links back to a trusted authority. Everything is legitimate. Then they agree on a temporary secret key for your session. From now on, only you and the site can read the traffic. Your communication is encrypted. Any data you type into bankofamerica.com travels safely to their server. Eavesdroppers can't read it. On your phone, things work similarly. Tucked deep inside your phone is a high-security vault called a trust store. It's maintained by the company that makes the operating system. Think Apple, Google, or Microsoft. By default, your phone trusts a built-in list of so-called root certificates. But users or companies can sometimes add their own trusted certificates. Some apps trust only specific pre-approved certificates. This is called certificate pinning. Even if a new certificate is added to your phone's trusted list, the app won't accept it. Like many others, Snapchat started using HTTPS. However, they didn't use certificate pinning for their analytics domain.
Okay, how do people even think to make stuff like this? Like, I just feel like that's so just advanced. But I mean, I guess if you're in that space, then an idea like this will come up just for extra protection.
This was Facebook's way in. In June 2016, Zuckerberg sent an email to 3 senior executives demanding that they figure out how to get around Snapchat's encryption. Whenever someone asks a question about Snapchat, the answer is usually that because their traffic is encrypted, we have no analytics about them. Given how quickly they're growing, it seems important to figure out a new way to get analytics about them. This effectively kicks off Project Ghostbusters. A few weeks after the email, the Onavo team comes up with a solution.
Protection from dubious men.
Say you're at a library. You see free Wi-Fi, and since it's 2016 and your data plan is tiny, you connect. Just
Right.
down the aisle sits a man in a hoodie named Elliot. He's about to hack you. He might be running a device from his backpack that pretends to be the library Wi-Fi. Or he's just quietly monitoring the network, looking for traffic. Either way, he can read the unencrypted info you send over the network and steal things like login credentials or credit card data. Elliot is a so-called man-in-the-middle. Because these man-in-the-middle attacks are really scary and easy to pull off, more and more people start using VPNs. They create a secure tunnel between the user's device and the VPN server. Along the way, all the data that passes through it is encrypted. From now,
No, I had a VPN, but I used the VPN for high school because when you would connect to the school's Wi-Fi, you couldn't go on like Instagram and things like that. So you had to download a VPN. That way you could. And I still have it, but I don't be using it.
it's harder for hackers to intercept or read your traffic. A VPN also hides your IP address by routing all your internet requests through its own servers. On the surface, Onavo Protect seems like a great option. It's free, it protects you, and it offers some data compression features. Plus, Facebook itself is promoting it, and tech experts are singing its praises. But Onavo Protect is doing something very sneaky. The following is based on an analysis by an Australian hacker who publishes under the alias Hacksrob. We cannot independently verify the results. It all starts with a nudge. When you install the app on Android, it says, your privacy is a top priority. Then, Onavo reportedly prompts you to install a trusted root certificate on your device. Once permission is granted, the root certificate is installed. It will then be trusted by many applications on your phone. Now, whenever your Snapchat app wants to send some analytics data to their server, Onavo forces that traffic to its server first, because it's a VPN.
Right.
Hacksrob reports that a service called Squid places itself between the app and Snapchat's analytics server. It presents a certificate to your phone. Yo, I'm totally legit. Your phone accepts it because of the judge powers Facebook gave itself. Yeah, this is totally legit. Normally, only Snapchat would be able to decrypt this data. But because Onavo installed its own trusted certificate, it can unlock the traffic first. Now all these Snapchat analytics from your phone get decrypted and land on Onavo's servers. Detailed in-app activity, ripe for the taking. Next, Squid uses a separate HTTPS connection with Snapchat's real server and re-encrypts the traffic. From the app's perspective, the connection appears normal. According to Hacksrob, it isn't clear whether all app users were targeted, or just a subset of users. We asked Meta for a comment on Hacksrob's findings, but didn't receive a response. So in a startling case of irony, a VPN marketed by Facebook to protect you, presumably from man-in-the-middle attacks, was itself an enormous man-in-the-middle. These aren't our words, they're Facebook's. This is a man-in-the-middle approach. For Facebook, the intercepted data is a goldmine. After launching Instagram stories, they observed that Snapchat's growth slows. Its stock value plummets.
No, it was funny because when Instagram stories actually came out, everybody was like, Instagram's trying to be like Snapchat. But now Instagram stories are like the thing for real. But currently, what did they make Threads to counteract Twitter? But me personally, I never been a Threads person. Like, it doesn't make sense. But now they have the little, the little text bubble in the DMs where you can see what people are just writing, which is so stupid. Like, I don't even use that. Like, I don't even know why people are on that. I feel like if you use those extra features, you're just chronically online. Like, that's all I have to say. You're just chronically online. Unless it's story posting in a reel. If you're using that little text thing or Threads, you're chronically online. Like, get off.
Facebook appears to be winning the war. But it seems Onavo was useful beyond just crushing a rival. According to the Wall Street Journal, Facebook could tell that live video was picking up through apps like Meerkat and Periscope. This helped guide their decision to add live video to Facebook. But over time, their certificate shenanigans became more difficult to pull off. The security of iOS and Android improved, so Facebook had to look for new ways in. According to court filings, Facebook internally considered exploiting Android's features designed to support users with disabilities. When we asked Facebook to comment on this, they didn't get back to us. And maybe all of this could have just been forgotten, buried tech history. But over the years, the public slowly started to realize what Facebook was up to.
The scandal erupts.
In a sense, users were warned. In the App Store description, Onavo did tell users it was tracking them, but they framed it as a way to build a better experience.
Man, don't nobody read that.
It's doubtful users really understood the level of access the company had. When Project Ghostbusters launched, not everyone at Facebook was on board. The heads of the infrastructure engineering and security engineering departments both expressed their concerns by email. One wrote,
"I can't think of a good argument for why this is okay. No security person is ever comfortable with this, no matter what consent we get from the general public. The general public just doesn't know how this stuff works."
People familiar with the technology spoke to the press anonymously. In August 2017, they told the Wall Street Journal that Facebook had an internal early bird warning system, one that alerts them to potential new threats. It's Anavo. At the time, according to Facebook insiders, "Don't be too proud to copy" became an informal slogan within the company.
And it's crazy because it's like, if you do have a moral and you don't want to do that, you're just going to get replaced. And if you have bills to pay and a family to take care of, you can't afford to do that. So you kind of have to go against your morals and do that, which is honestly sad. And to me, I mean, I get that you want to be ahead of the competition, and it's really, you got to do whatever it takes. But when you own majority of all the big social medias, like, why does it even matter at that point? Like, why do you need to be this big juggernaut of one thing? Like, why do people feel the need to monopolize everything? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's just crazy. Like, and the people who do monopolize everything, they don't even look real. Like, that's a whole nother thing. You guys know I love my conspiracy theories, but yeah.
To the public, Zuckerberg would claim it was normal for tech companies to build off of each other's innovations. In early 2018, a security researcher named Will Strofak took a closer look at how Anavo functioned on iOS. He discovered it was even more intrusive than the Wall Street Journal had reported. Wired also warned against Anavo. Nothing happened. But then 3 months later, Apple introduced new developer policies. It strictly banned apps from collecting data about other apps in a device, unless it was strictly necessary for the app to function. Apple warned Facebook that Anavo Protect violated this policy, and Facebook had no choice but to remove it from the App Store.
Many of our competitors have hundreds of millions or billions of users. Some are upstarts, but others are gatekeepers with the power to decide if we can even release our apps in their app stores to compete with them.
But it turns out Anavo was just the tip of the iceberg.
Targeting teens.
Back in 2016, next to Anavo Protect, Facebook launches a shadow operation to specifically collect data on how teens use their phones. After all, they're often the first adopters of whatever app might become the next big threat.
It's true.
A project later called Project Atlas is born. Facebook offers teens and young adults up to $20 a month to install a VPN called Facebook Research.
What?
This app's code is later found to be suspiciously similar to that of Anavo Protect. Once installed, the app grants access to a user's internet history, including encrypted information and private messages with other users who have never given their consent.
Whoa.
The whole project is shrouded in secrecy.
Whoa.
An assessment of Facebook's spokesperson later disputed.
There was nothing secret about this. It was literally called the Facebook Research app.
However, Facebook doesn't promote the app publicly. Instead, they rely on intermediaries who often don't reveal Facebook's involvement until users are already signing up. The VPN is also not listed publicly in the App Store.
But I mean, even if you were to download that, like, I mean, I guess this is early on in technology, but if I seen that on Instagram as an ad, I wouldn't even click it. But a lot of people are gullible enough to click it, like, especially on, was it like TikTok or even the YouTube videos where it's like, oh, if you download Cash App and you do this, you'll get $20 and XYZ. Like, that, those were on a lot of 20v1 videos. Like, everybody was having those. So, I mean, I guess the people just look at it as, I just need quick money, but $20 a month to be on Facebook Research, like, it's never been that serious.
Facebook leverages the Apple Enterprise Developer Program, a system meant only for companies' employees to download work apps. By having users install an enterprise profile, Facebook bypasses the security measures Apple has in place for regular users. To join the so-called research program, users are guided through a complex installation process. When Apple's system displays a warning that the software could access their private data, Facebook tells them to ignore it. Users are told they're part of a social media study, but Facebook never discloses the true scale of the project. TechCrunch reports that users faced legal threats if they disclosed details, part of an effort to keep the project hidden. In January 2019, Facebook Research was finally exposed. TechCrunch worked with security researcher Will Strofak. He analyzed the full level of access the users, many of them minors, were granting Facebook. It became clear that this access even included private videos and messages, as well as real-time location data.
Whoa,
and all that
crazy.
data went straight to a server using the same IP as a novel Protect. When we asked Meta to comment on this, we didn't receive a response. 7 hours after the article was published, Facebook told TechCrunch it would shut down the iOS version of its research app.
Facebook accused of spying and using teenagers to help them.
People between the ages of 13 and 35 were paid up to $20 a month
to spy on their phones.
Photos, videos, location, web browsing history.
The teens signing up to this don't know what they're getting into.
A month later,
Facebook is pulling its virtual private network, a VPN app called Onavo, from Google Play.
U.S. senators demanded answers, accusing Facebook of exploiting minors and sidestepping basic privacy safeguards. They condemned the program and questioned how meaningful consent could be when users were as young as 13. In 2023, Australia's federal court ruled that Facebook Israel and Onavo Incorporated had engaged in conduct liable to mislead consumers.
Today, the ACCC has instituted proceedings against Facebook in relation to the way it promoted its Onavo Protect app.
The two subsidiaries of Meta had marketed Onavo as a privacy tool while secretly using it to harvest data for Facebook's business purposes. The court ordered the companies to pay a combined $13 million in fines. We don't know who actually paid the fine, but for their parent company Meta, which turns a profit of way over $50 billion a year, this is pocket change.
Right, literally, that's nothing.
As technology becomes more sophisticated, privacy often takes a hit. It's become increasingly normal to sacrifice personal data for convenience. A lot of people are fine with facial recognition at the airport if it means shorter lines. And the more they accept these trade-offs, the more they become standard, until opting out is no longer an option. Social media makes this pattern especially stark. Over the years, heavy Facebook users have been shown to exhibit increasingly relaxed attitudes towards privacy. They're slowly growing more accustomed to sharing, tracking, and surveillance as the default. Mark Zuckerberg has said that Facebook's mission is to connect the world. He seems to hope that this will be his legacy. But maybe a better fit would be move fast, break privacy.
See, that's why, like, social media is so just insane to really just grasp. If you really look at it, like, we share our photos, we communicate with each other through Facebook, we can call, we can, or social media, we can call, we can FaceTime, we can go live with random people. Like, it has its goods, but it also definitely has its bad. Like, me personally, if I could, not even if, because I always had the choice to delete social media, because I deleted Twitter. Me personally, Twitter wasn't doing nothing for me. And now what I learned is, like, I don't really keep up with sports like that anymore. I don't know what's going on. The only time I know what's going on is if it comes up on Instagram or if I'm watching YouTube. Like, I don't want to say my own thoughts, but I have my own thoughts. Like, Twitter is so dumb. I want to get rid of TikTok, but TikTok is kind of hard just because it's so interesting. And Instagram is also, I just like looking at fit pics and stuff like that, and like cooking videos. But what I learned to do is every morning I don't get on like any type of social media unless it's literally YouTube Studio or YouTube, and I just wait till nighttime because I work at night. But that's honestly helped me, and it just helps me stay just productive throughout my day because I'm not scrolling through something, just wasting time scrolling. Like, it is honestly really good. I recommend that for anybody. Like, just take a detox from like just one social media platform. And even my mom, like, she downloaded TikTok. I was so mad because I know what TikTok can do to you. It literally just is just scrolling. You're literally just scrolling. She got trapped into the TikTok shop. Like, it's all downhill for her, but hopefully she gets out of it. No offense, Mom, but so comment down below how you guys felt. Did you guys know Facebook was doing this? I know I heard something regarding like Facebook stealing privacy, but every app steals your privacy. Like, literally every app steals your privacy. But I didn't know like the exact details, so this was definitely informative. Don't forget to enter into the giveaway. It was at the beginning of the video. You need to enter. We might have already hit 500 by the time of this recording. If we have, like I said, I just gotta keep it for the 500 subscriber video. Just keep on liking, keep on subbing. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.